The stars of the Andara system glimmered like diamonds scattered across black velvet. Captain Alina Rio stood on the bridge of the starship Odyssey, staring out at the expanse of space. The ship hummed beneath her feet, alive with energy, carrying a crew of humans far from Earth, exploring uncharted systems. "This is it," Alina said softly, her voice barely audible over the quiet hum of the engines. "The lost star." Lieutenant Kiran Patel, the ship's navigator, peered at the holographic map projected in front of him. "Coordinates match the reports, Captain. No one has ever mapped this system completely. It's untouched, unclaimed." Dr. Mara Lin, the ship's scientist, leaned over her console. "And that's exactly why it's dangerous. We know nothing about the star or the planets around it. There could be energy anomalies, rogue asteroids, or worse." Alina nodded. "I understand the risks, but humanity's future depends on exploration. Every star we chart, every planet we study, brings us closer to understanding the universe and ourselves." The Odyssey adjusted its trajectory, sliding through the inky void. Outside the reinforced windows, a bright blue star pulsed steadily at the center of the system, its light reflecting off nearby planets. "Sensor readings are stabilizing," said Kieran. "Nothing unusual yet, but I'm not relaxed." Mara smiled faintly. "That's the point, Kieran. Exploration isn't supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be challenging." The ship approached the first planet, a rocky world with jagged mountains and deep canyons. Its surface shimmered faintly, as though minerals in the rocks were absorbing and reflecting the star's light. "Scanning the planet now," Mara said, activating the ship's long-range sensors. A holographic display projected above her console, showing the terrain in detail. "No signs of life, at least none we can detect immediately, but energy readings are unusual. The magnetic field fluctuates, and there are localized bursts of radiation we can't identify." Alina studied the display carefully. "We'll send a drone first. I want to understand the surface before we land anyone. Safety is our priority." Hours passed as the Odyssey circled the planet, sending drones to explore the terrain. The readings grew stranger with each pass. The energy bursts seemed almost intentional. They pulsed rhythmically like signals. "Captain," Mara said, her brow furrowed, "these readings, they're not random, they're structured. Someone or something created them." Alina exchanged a glance with Kieran. "Could it be natural? A mineral formation interacting with the star's radiation?" Mara shook her head. "No, the pattern is too precise. It's almost like a language or a warning." Alina made a decision. "Prepare the landing party. We need to investigate firsthand." Minutes later, Alina, Mara, Kieran, and Sergeant Jonas Cole stepped into the landing pod. The ship's engines powered down, and the pod detached, sliding through the planet's thin atmosphere. The surface was rocky and uneven, glowing faintly under the star's blue light. As they stepped onto the ground, Alina felt a strange vibration beneath her boots. The air was breathable, but it carried a faint electrical charge, making her hair stand on end. "Keep your scanners active," she instructed. "We don't know what's here." The team advanced cautiously, moving through narrow valleys and over jagged rocks. The energy pulses grew stronger, guiding them toward a massive structure rising from the planet's surface. It looked like a tower, built from smooth, black stone that reflected the star's light like a mirror. Strange glyphs, glowing faintly, were etched into its surface. Mara crouched to examine the symbols. "I've never seen anything like this," she murmured. "They're mathematical, geometric, but there's an intelligence behind them." Jonas ran his hand along the smooth surface. "It feels alive, almost like it's breathing." Alina nodded slowly. "Stay alert, we're not alone here." Suddenly, the ground trembled. The air crackled with energy. From the shadows of the tower, figures emerged, tall, thin beings with shimmering skin that reflected the star's light. Their eyes glowed softly, and their movements were fluid, almost floating above the ground. "Do not be afraid," One of the beings spoke in a calm, melodic tone. The universal translator hummed, converting it into understandable speech. "We are the Velori. You have entered our world, but your hearts are not hostile." Elena raised her hands. "We come in peace. We are explorers seeking knowledge. We do not wish to harm your planet or your people." The Velori observed silently, then gestured toward the tower. "You have awakened the Sentinel. It tests all who come near the lost star. To proceed, you must demonstrate courage, wisdom, and respect." The ground shifted beneath them, and a holographic projection appeared above the tower. It depicted scenarios, potential dangers, mistakes, and moral choices. Each member of the human team saw visions reflecting their fears, their doubts, and the consequences of rash actions. Kieran saw the Odyssey destroyed in a collision with a massive asteroid. Mara saw a chemical experiment gone wrong, devastating the planet's fragile ecosystem. Jonas saw the crew abandoning each other in moments of danger. Elena saw failure, not just personal failure, but the failure to protect humanity itself. Elena took a deep breath. "We are explorers. We face fear because we must. We fail, but we learn. And we act not for ourselves, but for others." One by one, the humans acknowledged their fears, accepting responsibility for their actions. The holographic visions flickered and dissolved, leaving a clear path toward the tower's entrance. The Velori nodded. "You have passed the first trial. The Sentinel recognizes your intent. Proceed and learn the wisdom of the lost star." Inside the tower, the walls shimmered with energy. Light pulsed rhythmically, and the air vibrated with a low hum. Mara's scanners went wild, detecting streams of information flowing through the structure. It was a library of knowledge, far beyond anything humanity had ever encountered. Elena approached a console of glowing symbols. As she touched it, information flowed into her mind. Images of other worlds, advanced technologies, and histories of civilizations long vanished. The humans realized that the lost star was not just a star, but a hub of wisdom, a beacon of knowledge left by an ancient species that had transcended physical existence. Mara gasped. This could change everything. Energy systems, medicine, communication. This knowledge could accelerate humanity centuries ahead in understanding the universe. Jonas looked around, awed. "It's overwhelming, but also beautiful. Imagine what we could do with this." Kieran pointed at a map projected in the air. "And it's not just knowledge. There are coordinates, places where civilizations need help. We're being guided like the stars themselves are showing us a path." Elena smiled, determination shining in her eyes. "Then that's what we do. We explore, we learn, and we help. That is the duty of humanity. The lost star has chosen us, and we will not fail." As the humans prepared to leave the tower, the Velori spoke again. "The journey will not be easy. Knowledge is powerful, but power attracts danger. You will encounter challenges that will test your courage, your morality, and your unity. Remember what you have learned, and the Sentinel will guide you." Stepping back onto the planet's surface, the team looked at the stars above. The lost star pulsed gently, a reminder of the knowledge they carried and the responsibility ahead. Humanity had been tested and had succeeded. They were ready to face the unknown, to explore new worlds, and to prove that courage, wisdom, and heart could make humans a force to be reckoned with among the stars. The Odyssey lifted off, leaving the planet and the Velori behind. As the crew gazed at the twinkling stars stretching into infinity, each felt a mixture of awe, hope, and purpose. The universe was vast, filled with wonders and dangers, but humanity, curious, courageous, and resilient, would rise to meet it. And somewhere among the stars, the Sentinel watched, knowing that the journey of humans had only just begun. The sun of the alien planet, Orcs, rose slowly over the jagged mountains, painting the skies in shades of pink and gold. The human team, led by Captain Aiden Cross, had spent the night in the research camp set near the edge of a shimmering lake. Despite the beauty, a sense of unease lingered. The first contact with the Auralians had been peaceful, but the planet's strange energy readings suggested more than met the eye. Aiden stepped out of the command tent, scanning the horizon with his binoculars. "The readings last night were off the charts," he muttered. "Whatever is causing it, it's big." Dr. Leela Kwan, the team's scientist, joined him. "I still think it's natural, Captain, some kind of mineral reaction or magnetic anomaly. But the Auralians' instruments, they can't explain it either." She adjusted the portable scanner she carried. "It's like the planet itself is alive in some way." Suddenly, a ripple moved across the lake. Aiden stiffened. "Leela, did you see that?" From the water emerged a creature unlike anything they had imagined. Its translucent body reflected the sunlight like a prism, and its eyes glowed faintly blue. It floated gracefully, moving toward the humans without hostility. One of the Auralian guides, a tall, four-armed being named Viral, stepped forward. "Do not fear," it said in a calm voice translated by the universal translator. "This is an Orlani's guardian. They sense the balance of the planet. You are new here, but you have not harmed it." The humans relaxed slightly. Leela knelt and extended a hand. "Hello, we mean no harm," she said softly. The creature hovered closer, then circled her once before vanishing into the lake, leaving ripples that sparkled in the sunlight. "It's beautiful," whispered Sergeant Malik, a communications officer. "Almost intelligent," Viral nodded. "It is. They are old as the mountains, they remember the past, and now they watch you." The day passed slowly as the team conducted surveys and collected samples. Every measurement returned unusual results: energy spikes in the soil, minor gravitational shifts, and strange magnetic patterns. By evening, they had mapped an area around the lake where the readings were strongest. As night fell, the sky of Orales transformed. Two moons rose, casting a silver glow over the mountains. The humans gathered around a holographic map projecting the day's findings. "Look at this," said Leela. "The energy readings form a pattern, almost like a signal." Aiden frowned. "A signal to whom?" Before Leela could answer, a low hum filled the air. The lake shimmered violently, and a massive figure rose from the water. It was taller than the tallest Auralian they had seen, its body radiating energy that crackled across the surface like lightning. Viral held up a hand. "It is not an enemy," he said. "It is a protector of the Orales core. You have awakened it by approaching the energy source." Aiden stepped forward cautiously. "Protector of the core? What is the core?" Viral gestured toward the mountains. "The heart of this planet. Its power sustains life here. If disturbed, the balance of Orales will be lost. That is why the Guardians exist. They test the hearts of those who approach." The humans exchanged nervous glances. "Test our hearts," Malik whispered. "Yes," said Viral. "It is a test of courage, compassion, and understanding. The core senses your intent." Suddenly, the energy figure split into multiple forms, each reflecting the humans' fears and doubts. One showed a scenario where their ship exploded, leaving them stranded. Another depicted the team abandoning each other during danger. A third revealed the humans misusing Orales' energy for selfish gain. Aiden swallowed hard. We have to show them we are here to help, not to take." He stepped forward and raised his hands, palms open. "We come in peace. We want to learn, to understand, to help your planet if we can. We do not seek power, only knowledge." The energy forms wavered, then merged back into the single guardian figure. Its glow softened, and it emitted a harmonic sound that vibrated through the ground. Leela stepped closer, holding out a sensor. "It's responding positively. The readings are stabilizing." Viral smiled faintly. "The core accepts your intent, but beware, the energy here is alive. It can sense anger, greed, and fear. You must remain true in your hearts." The team spent the night observing the Guardian from a safe distance. They could feel the power of the core pulsing through the planet, almost as if the planet itself breathed. They slept little, aware that tomorrow could bring either discovery or danger. Morning came with a strange calm. The lake was perfectly still, the mountains silent, and the energy readings normalized. The humans prepared an expedition toward the mountains, where the core lay hidden. Their journey would take them through uncharted terrain and closer to the mysteries that had drawn humanity across the stars. As they set off, Aiden looked back at the lake. We're not alone here. Orales is alive and it's watching us. Leela adjusted her scanner, and I think it's willing to teach us if we prove ourselves worthy. Malik smirked. Great, a planet with a personality, just what we needed. The team laughed softly, breaking the tension, but deep inside, they knew the challenges ahead would test not just their skills, but their very humanity. Hours later, as they climbed rocky cliffs, the ground beneath them trembled. Tiny fissures split the earth and glowing veins of energy snaked across the stones. The core is near, Viral said solemnly. You can feel its presence. Respect it, or you will be consumed. The humans pressed forward, working together to navigate the dangerous terrain. Each step brought them closer to the planet's heart, and each step revealed more of Orales' secrets. Floating crystals that hummed with energy, plants that reacted to their touch, and creatures that shimmered like liquid light. Finally, as the sun dipped behind the mountains, they reached a plateau overlooking a vast chasm. In the center, a pulsating orb of energy hovered above the ground, surrounded by floating rocks and spiraling light. The core. Aiden stared in awe. It's beautiful and terrifying. Leela stepped forward. We need to understand it carefully. Every move matters. Viral placed a hand on her shoulder. It will show you truths you may not expect. The core tests not just your mind but your spirit. The team set up camp at the edge of the plateau, knowing that tomorrow would bring the most important encounter of their lives. Orales had accepted them for now, but the core's trial was just beginning. As night fell, the two moons cast shadows across the energy field, and the humans realized something profound. This planet was alive, aware, and far more powerful than they had ever imagined. And in the days to come, they would discover that the greatest challenge was not the alien creatures, the energy storms, or the unknown terrain. It was themselves. Because in a galaxy full of stars and civilizations, sometimes the hardest battles are fought not with weapons, but with courage, wisdom, and the very essence of what it means to be human. The night on the plateau was quiet but alive. The two moons of Orales cast silvery light on the humans' camp, making the glowing core pulse brighter in the distance. Captain Aiden Cross lay on his back, staring at the sky. Stars stretched endlessly above, but his mind was focused on the core. Its energy had a strange rhythm, almost like a heartbeat. He could feel it calling them forward, daring them to come closer. Dr. Leela Kwan sat beside him, her scanner softly humming. The energy patterns are changing, she whispered. It's almost like the core is aware of our presence. Malik, the communications officer, chuckled nervously. Aware? It's a glowing ball of energy. How aware can it be? Viral, the Aurelian guide, tilted his head. You will see. The core tests all who approach. Humans are clever, but intelligence alone is not enough. The core sees beyond knowledge. It sees the heart. The humans slept little that night, haunted by visions of what might happen next. When dawn broke, they prepared to approach the core. The path was narrow, with floating rocks and energy fields crackling dangerously. Any mistake could mean a fatal fall or worse. Stay close, Aiden instructed. One wrong step and we lose more than time. They moved carefully, stepping from rock to rock, their suits absorbing the energy pulses. As they neared the core, a strange phenomenon began. The energy around them shifted, forming faint humanoid shapes that mirrored their movements. The shapes were translucent but clearly intelligent. What are those? Leela whispered. They are reflections, Viral explained. The core shows who you are. It tests your courage, your fear, and your truth. Only those who face themselves can reach it. Aiden stopped. He looked at his reflection, a version of himself failing in every decision, losing the team, abandoning hope. His heart pounded. This, this is terrifying, he admitted. Leela's reflection showed her failing to protect life, destroying knowledge in a moment of panic. Malik's reflection depicted cowardice and selfishness. Even Viral's reflection shimmered with doubt. Aiden took a deep breath. We can't let fear control us. We move forward together. One by one, the humans stepped closer, acknowledging their fears, admitting their doubts, and showing determination. The reflections wavered, then slowly dissolved, leaving only the path to the core open. Finally, they reached the center. The core floated above the ground, a sphere of energy radiating warmth and light. When Aiden touched the energy field, it felt like a pulse through his entire body. He could feel the planet, its mountains, lakes, and life forms. It was a connection unlike anything he had experienced. "Do you feel that?" Leela asked, her voice filled with awe. "It's like the planet itself is speaking." The core emitted a sound, soft, melodic, vibrating through the air. The humans suddenly heard thoughts in their minds. "Welcome, travelers. You have faced yourselves, you have proven your intent. But the balance of Orales is fragile. Darkness approaches." Aiden frowned. "Darkness? What do you mean?" The core's energy flared, showing visions of shadowy creatures, vast in size, attacking planets, draining life and energy wherever they went. Entire worlds fell silent under their power. The Orales core had experienced this before. It had survived, but now it sensed the coming threat. "The galaxy is in danger," Viral said gravely. "These creatures, the Nihilans, travel from star to star, consuming energy and life. They are beyond our strength unless we work together." Leela studied the core's energy readings. "We can learn from it. If the core can teach us, maybe humans can find a way to stop them." Malik scratched his head. "Stop monsters that eat planets sounds impossible." Aiden nodded. "Nothing about exploring the galaxy has been easy. We've faced unknown planets, unknown creatures, and survived. We can do this too, but we need a plan." The core's energy shifted again, forming a pattern like a map. It pointed to distant stars, showing planets that had already fallen and others still safe. Hidden among them were resources and allies, civilizations willing to resist the Nihilans if given guidance. "This is it," Aiden said. "The galaxy is bigger than we imagined, and it's asking humans to step up." The team spent the next hours studying the core, learning how energy flowed through Orales, and how it could be harnessed to detect and defend against the Nihilans. Leela recorded everything, understanding that the core's knowledge could be humanity's key to survival. As they prepared to leave the core, a sudden tremor shook the plateau. The energy of the core rippled violently, and a shadow passed over the land, a message or warning from the approaching Nihilans. "They are coming sooner than we expected," Viral said. "You must travel to the stars, warn others, gather allies, learn the core's teachings and use them to fight the darkness." Aiden looked at his team. "We leave tomorrow at first light. This is bigger than Orales, it's bigger than us, but we're human, and humans survive." The night before departure, the humans gathered around the campfire. They spoke quietly, reflecting on what they had learned. Orales had tested them, shown them their fears, and offered them wisdom. But the galaxy beyond was dangerous, full of civilizations that might doubt them or refuse help. "We're not alone," Leela said softly. "Orales believes in us. Maybe that's enough to start." Malik grinned. "Orales believes in us, that's a lot of pressure." Aiden smiled. "It is. But we have each other, and we have humanity. That's never been something the universe can count out." The next morning, the team boarded their ship, leaving the plateau behind. Orales' twin moons shone down, as if giving them a blessing. As they lifted off, energy from the core surged through the planet, spreading a protective field that would guard Orales while its allies prepared. As they entered space, the map of the core's teachings displayed before them. Aiden studied it carefully. "First, we visit the closest civilization, We warn them, then we gather allies, then we fight. The journey ahead would be long and dangerous. They would encounter alien races that distrusted humans, planets already fallen to the Nihilans, and challenges that would test their courage, intelligence, and morality. But for the first time, they felt hope. The Corps had chosen them. Orals had chosen them. And now, humanity had a purpose beyond exploration. It had a mission to protect the galaxy itself. In the endless darkness of space, among countless stars, the humans moved forward. Each planet they approached, each civilization they contacted, would be another step toward a future they could shape. A future where humans were not just survivors, but heroes. And somewhere out there, the shadows of the Nihilans waited, unaware that a new force, the human spirit allied with wisdom beyond their world, was coming to challenge them. Because sometimes the universe does not expect humans to rise. But when they do, it changes everything. The human ship Horizon cut through the black void of space, leaving Orals behind. Captain Aiden Cross stood at the bridge, watching stars pass by like rivers of light. Beside him, Dr. Leela Quan analyzed the Corps' data, translating the alien energy patterns into practical strategies. Sergeant Malik double-checked their weapons and defensive systems, while Viral, the Aurelian guide, monitored the surrounding star systems. "The first civilization is near," Viral said, pointing to a small, blue-green planet on the map. "They are peaceful but wary of outsiders. You must show them the truth without frightening them." Aiden nodded. "We need allies. The Nihilans are coming, and the galaxy is too big for humans alone." As they approached the planet, a network of satellites detected unusual energy surges. The signals were weak but unmistakable signs of Nihilan activity. Shadows had already reached this world. "We need a plan," Leela said, studying the readings. "If we go in unprepared, the civilization might fall before we even warn them." Aiden clenched his jaw. "Then we land quietly, make contact, and teach them what we've learned. The Corps gave us knowledge. Now it's time to use it." The humans descended to the planet's surface. Its cities were advanced, with tall towers of silver and glass, but there was a noticeable tension in the air. Residents moved carefully, glancing at the skies as if expecting something terrible. Aiden and his team met with the planet's leaders in a grand hall filled with soft, golden light. Their leader, a calm and intelligent figure named Thalon, studied them with suspicion. "You claim to come from another world," Thalon said. "Why should we trust you?" Aiden stepped forward. "Because we have seen what's coming. The Nihilan's creatures that consume energy and life are heading your way. We have knowledge from Orals, a planet whose energy teaches those who are worthy. We can help you defend your world." Thalon's eyes narrowed. "You speak boldly. How do we know your warning is real?" Viral projected the energy patterns of the Corps, showing the Nihilan paths, planets already destroyed, and strategies for defense. The images shimmered in the air, clear and undeniable. Thalon studied them in silence, then finally nodded. "If what you say is true, then we must prepare immediately. Lead us." Over the next weeks, the humans and Thalon's civilization worked tirelessly. Cities were reinforced, energy shields were erected, and local defense forces were trained in techniques learned from Orals. Leela and Viral taught the science of energy manipulation, allowing the planet's people to sense incoming threats and react faster than ever before. During this time, Aiden noticed something remarkable. Humans were often underestimated in the galaxy, seen as fragile, inexperienced, or too emotional. Yet here, with courage and intelligence, they inspired trust and cooperation. Their small team had united an entire planet against an unimaginable enemy. Malik grinned. "I never thought I'd be a teacher in an alien world, but here we are." Leela laughed softly. "It's more than teaching. We're showing them that humans can stand strong, even in the face of the impossible." Then, the alert came. Nihilan ships were detected at the edge of the system. Their massive dark forms, irregular and terrifying, advanced without hesitation. Energy-draining waves rippled from them, distorting the very fabric of space as they approached. "They're coming faster than expected," Viral warned. "We must act now." Aiden gathered the team. "This is it. We've trained the planet and we know the core's strategies. Every ship, every energy shield, every citizen trained counts. Remember, fear is the enemy. Courage is our weapon." The Nyalans entered orbit. Their shadows spread across the planet, their energy-draining beams making the atmosphere shiver. Cities flickered under the pressure of the attack, but the humans and the locals were ready. Energy barriers glowed brightly, shielding key areas. Automated defense systems targeted the incoming ships, while mobile units engaged the enemy directly. Aiden piloted the Horizon through the thick of battle, coordinating attacks and helping shield civilians. Leela monitored energy fluctuations, using her knowledge of the core to anticipate Nyalan movements. Malik communicated between units, ensuring that every defensive system worked in harmony. And Viral guided them with wisdom gained from Orals, predicting the enemy's patterns and weaknesses. Despite the overwhelming size of the Nyalans, the human strategy proved effective. By working together, sharing knowledge, and using energy creatively, they managed to divert the main attack away from the planet's cities. The local defense forces, inspired by humans' courage, fought with precision and bravery. Hours passed like minutes. The battle was intense, but humans and allies adapted quickly. The Nyalans were strong, but they were not intelligent. They reacted to force and energy patterns, not strategy. Using the core's teachings, the humans exploited weaknesses in their formations. Finally, Aiden saw an opening. "Now, focus all energy shields in a synchronized pulse," he shouted. Leela coordinated the planetary systems, channeling energy into a massive wave. The pulse surged outward, striking the Nyalan ships. One by one, they faltered, their energy cores destabilizing, and then imploded silently into space. Silence fell over the planet. The cities were damaged, but no lives were lost, thanks to preparation and courage. The Nyalans had retreated for now. Thalon approached Aiden. "Your people humans, they have a spirit we rarely see. You have saved us." Aiden shook his head. "We didn't do it alone. You and your people fought bravely. We only showed what humans can do when they work together and never give up." Viral added, "This is just the beginning. The galaxy is large, and the Nyalans will return. But you have proven that cooperation and courage can overcome even the darkest threat." The humans spent days helping to rebuild the planet, sharing more knowledge and strengthening bonds. Each civilization they helped became a new ally, expanding a network capable of resisting the Nyalans across multiple star systems. During a quiet moment, Aiden looked up at the stars. "We started on Orals thinking it was just another planet. Now, the galaxy is counting on us. And we'll keep moving forward. We're human, that's our strength," Leela smiled. "It's more than survival, it's hope. That's what humans bring to the galaxy." Malik laughed, shaking his head. "From a small team to heroes of the galaxy, who would have thought?" As the Horizon prepared to leave for the next planet, Aiden addressed his team. "Every step we take, every world we help, every life we protect, that's what makes us human. And in a universe full of danger, that makes us unstoppable." The ship lifted off, leaving behind a planet ready to defend itself and aware of allies beyond its stars. Ahead lay countless adventures, more civilizations to aid and greater threats to face. But the humans knew one truth above all. Together, with courage, intelligence, and heart, they could face anything. The galaxy had underestimated humans for too long. Now, humans were no longer just explorers. They were protectors, teachers, and symbols of hope. Wherever the Nyalans went, wherever darkness spread, the human spirit would follow, lighting the path and reminding the universe that even the smallest beings could change the course of stars. And so, the Horizon sailed among the stars. humanity's courage blazing brighter than any sun, proving that in the vastness of space, determination, wisdom, and heart could triumph over even the greatest darkness. The mission continued, the Allies grew, and the galaxy learned a lesson it would never forget. Humans fight not because they are the strongest, but because they refuse to give up. And that refusal, that courage was enough to inspire hope across countless worlds. I came inside my alien maid from behind. Sci-Fi Stories.